Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another spectacular, marvelous, brilliant, shining, however many adjectives I use at the end of the video at this point. You know what time it is. It is the Cafe Gracia experience. The best kind of experience right there. Exactly. Yeah, let's clap it up, babies. Let's clap it up. Let's bring up the hype energy here this time around. And anyway, for those of you who are clicking this long-ass video, hopefully, well, I just cursed right now. We're not even the 1 minute mark. Whoops, whatever.
Yeah, already age restricted.
That's it. That was easy. I always put not for kids anyway. But if you are here, that means it is the Cafe Gracia experience. We usually have this podcast with amazing, amazing guests each and every Sunday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. The best kind of standard. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, for people who live all over the world. But Eastern Standard's the GOAT. And basically, that's it. You know, that's all I gotta say. Let me present the esteemed guest of the week. And the floor is yours, honestly. I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
Howdy, I'm Cyanize, and yeah, I'm a YouTuber. I make some YouTube videos. As you can tell from my profile picture, I kind of like Near Autonoma. I actually made a video of it. You can go check that out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I saw that video. Funny enough, I'm like, oh, this guy doesn't even know what's coming.
I love the opening. It's so good. I mean, I edited it a lot to obviously make it,
Funny.
Yeah, but like, I genuinely like the intro. I think it's a really good opening.
Yeah, you're in for the time of your life. Like, where are you right now in the game?
So I had to stop after basically like after I beat the naked guy. I had to stop.
The desert. So you were in the desert.
Yeah, I had to stop because I had to focus on editing. But yeah, eventually I'll get back to playing. It's just like, yeah, usually after I'm done recording something, I'll take like a week off to edit that video / work on other stuff, and then I'll come back to it. I hate it, but
yeah,
when I get back into it, I'll get going.
It is what it is. But it's good work though. That's what matters. Like, you're having fun with it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm telling you right now, Nier Automata is gonna be a train ride. Whenever somebody what you hear is fact. Like, oh, it's gonna be a train ride. It's gonna be like you are in for the time of your life. And
yeah, you don't just give something the game of the year title and have it not have that title for a good reason. I mean, obviously the Game Awards is kind of shitty for lack of a better word, but I mean, there's some games that do definitely deserve that title, and 2017 had a lot of banger games, and I'm finally getting to one of them.
Yeah, 2017
in terms of
it was an insane time because I remember beating, because normally what I do before I end the year, I try finish a game before 12. Like, as soon as 12 hits, like, I want to finish the year with that game. So everyone's
usually partying, so that's different.
Yeah, that's been a tradition of mine since when I finished Final Fantasy 15. So it's been like 5 years doing that type of thing. Well, about to be 5 years. And so I finished 2017 with Nier Automata, and dude, man, the memories I have of that game, it's incredible. It's literally far better than Persona 5, because I also played Persona 5 at that time. Yeah, like you said, 2017 was a crazy year for games. It was like a good year.
Oh, yeah, Persona 5 did come out that year. I only played it like last year, and I played Royal, so I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, no, I played the original when it came out. I finished it around that time. Actually, I think I finished it.
Jesus, so many good games came out of 2017.
Yeah,
I'm like
exactly.
thinking about it now.
Yeah, and so Persona 5, I finished it. I started when it released around April. I finished it around August time. Yeah, because September, October was when I started slowly coming back. Was when I kind of re-downloaded Twitter, and then all this madness started. Basically, like, had I not re-downloaded Twitter and then look at Makoto and Ren fan art, I would not be here.
Twitter actually being useful? What?
Yeah, Twitter was actually useful for once. Anyway, so yeah, I beat that, and then around December time, I beat Nier Automata in a month. That month, yeah.
That's actually inspiring now. I kind of want to like see if I can do it within a month.
No, now I can't play games. I can't finish games like that because that was like high school time. Like now as like college, I got stuff to do. I got, you know, I also didn't make videos back then, so now I got videos. So it's so much harder to. And I haven't even finished Xenoblade, and I'm just like three more hours. I'm three more hours into beating Xenoblade 1, and I really want to make a video about it so badly. And I'm like, I gotta finish it. Like I cannot wait when I finish it. And then just make a full video about it because it's gonna be
so satisfied when you finish it. Yeah,
dude, I'm having the time of my life with the 90+ hours that I've had with it so far. Like I've done almost the majority of the side content that it has. I've like explored every nook and cranny of every area. And if this is me now, I wonder how Xenoblade 2 is gonna be like for me, like Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Like if this is me now. Then how much
it's literally the exact same,
yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Oh, you also have to play Future Connected, so you're nowhere near close.
That's
to being
right.
done.
I'm not even no, but that's an expansion pass. Okay, I don't really, you know, like that's like epilogue stuff. Like I
personally don't like Future Connected, but like I think you should still play it.
No, I mean I'm obviously still gonna play it because Melia is the best girl, and you know honestly that should have been the one to be with Shulk. But I'm not dissing on Fiora. I'm not. You know, it's just that
I think they're both good. I'm more of a Fiora fan.
They're both good. They're both good. As much as I'm like Team Melia, like they're both good. You know, because they represent an aspect of Shulk. But it's like, for me personally, it's like, you know, I understand that your entire quest was to seek vengeance for someone you thought they were dead. So I mean, you might as well just bang Melia, like. You might as well just do that.
She's just like too focused on her people and like trying to restore her. Oh, spoilers! Trying to, you know, restore her kingdom or whatever.
No, it makes sense. It honestly makes sense because of the even though I didn't finish the game, the fact that, you know, spoiler territory at this point.
Yes.
The fact that literally all the high Entias are just big dinos, like dino beasts.
Yeah, and like seeing your brother also transform too, like
yeah,
Jesus.
exactly. Like, dude, like wow. Y'all got dark. As soon as that moment, as soon as the whole Mechonis arc was done, I was like, am I playing the same game? Anymore? Am I playing? Yeah. Like, what happened?
It takes such a 180, and it's like
for the best, dude. Like for the best. Honestly, like that is my game of the year. Even though it released, I think last year.
That's what I said. 2020. Right? Yeah. I was just like, I don't care if it released in 2000-ish or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like. All of the games that released, New Replicant, Persona 5 Strikers, Mario Golf, I have not touched those games at all. I haven't even had the chance to play those games. And literally after I beat Xenoblade, I don't even want to go straight to Xenoblade 2. I want to go play some Super Metroid to get the Metroid Dread hype. And then after that is Dragon Quest 11 because I really want to pop that cherry.
Like, take on like another huge RPG right after Xenoblade.
Yeah, no, it would be too much. And it's not just Xenoblade 2, it's Dragon Quest 11, another big boy. And I'm like, I gotta try this game out.
Oh,
you know, a friend of mine, Koro, you know Koro on Twitter? The artist? Yeah. So he's like, oh, you gotta try out Dragon Quest. So I'm like, yeah, I'll try it out. You know, I want to see what the fuzz is all about. Because he's a huge Dragon Quest fan. He loves Dragon Quest. Like, that's like his bread and butter. Along with, like, Sonic and other stuff. And it's just insane.
Yeah, I still need to play 11. It's like, it's on the Switch. Like, I could get it right now, but like...
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I'm playing through like 3 games right now. One of them is going to become a video in August. I'm not going to say what it is, but another 2017 game that I haven't played yet.
Yeah. Honestly, the Switch version is your best bet. It is definitely your best bet because it is supposedly the complete edition. There's so much added content to that one.
RPGs in like general are just really good for Switch.
Honestly, it's always been that way with Nintendo. Funny enough, we can talk trash about Nintendo's marketing like strategies now, but one thing that's been consistent is a love for RPGs in that system because it started with that. Like, let's be honest, the NES started that. You know, it started the foundation of gaming and all that stuff. So you got to give Nintendo where credit's due.
Definitely.
And
I'm going on a road trip, you know, this August or whatever, and yeah, like I'm gonna be playing so many RPGs on the way there.
Yeah, it's just RPGs are amazing games because they were the games that developed the idea of storytelling. And the reason
Yeah.
and it makes sense because the first RPG game I think was Final Fantasy or for the NES. Something like that. And that's where they began to focus on storytelling and to like, oh, you're going on a quest and all that kind of stuff. And so, with the video games that we have now, like Uncharted, like Last of Us, like, if it weren't for the RPG games, you wouldn't have that. You wouldn't have that level of storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
Which is insane if you think about it, because it's two different genres.
Yeah, I know so many people hate on like the RPG genre, whether it be like Smash or just whatever, and I'm just like, dude, you don't want to feel things, you don't want to like feel emotional and feel close to characters. Like what?
Like you don't want to go on an adventure. Like honestly, that's what RPGs are. You're going on an adventure for 80 plus hours, and it's the best experience ever.
Exactly.
It just is. And while
I've never understood like why the hate or whatever.
Actually, I kind of do because many people just want to play a game for 2 hours and be like brain dead for a bit and then just like forget about it. So there is there is a bit of understanding.
You can do that and like also have like good. I'm calling 2D Mario trash. God dang it! But yeah, like you can play those games and like also play these huge RPGs. I think.
Yeah, you can.
I don't know.
Honestly, you could just find a good balance, and it's fair. Like if you want to take a break from RPGs for a bit, there's platformers and there's other stuff, And then if you want to go back, then obviously go back because it's an investment. Like you're dedicating at least a month if you want to rush through that game, a month or so.
Yeah. Like even if you finish it within like 2 weeks, like it's gonna be in your mind for like a month.
Yeah, because I feel like in terms of video game budgets, RPGs have a lot. And you can also count Pokemon here, even though there is like this shitload of criticism with Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, with Legends, and like how they're currently handling things, like Game Freak. But at the same time,
I want to talk about the Diamond and Pearl remakes later. Not right now since we're not on that, but I'm like actually kind of curious about that.
Yeah, there's a whole topic to discuss, but overall, it's just that. Pokemon's Pokemon at the end of the day. Like, I understand that, I understand the criticism with Pokemon now, because obviously there deserves to be fair criticism. But from the same time, like, and you saw the video that I did with Pokemon, where it's like, why don't we think for a second the perspective of Game Freak to kind of understand where they're coming from, and then maybe we can we can find like a middle ground. Because clearly, like, there's gonna be people that are like pro Game Freak, and they're like, yeah, I'm still gonna buy this, I'm still gonna get this, no matter what. And there's other people that are, then there's the other side where people are like, nah, dude, they're ruining Pokemon, this, and that. And then there's like the morally gray area where it's like, well, I can understand that they're ruining Pokemon, but at the same time, this was always been for a younger demographic, my dude. Like, we can just play Dragon Quest and still feel the same thing. Like, but
I feel like Nintendo just like needs to buy out Game Freak. I'm not saying that's gonna like solve all the issues, but like, I don't know, like, they're a huge like, it's just like it's a small company that like I feel like needs to get bigger to like handle, how mainstream it is.
I think
I mean, not to say that they aren't prepared for that, but like, I feel like they need like more help.
I think Game Freak needs more innovative people, because I don't know if you saw on YouTube, and I'll always refer to this every single time I talk about Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. I'll always refer to this. The video, there's a YouTuber that does like a full reimagining of what a Gen 4 remake is supposed to be. I don't know
like one of those like SFM stuff or whatever.
Millennium Loops, that's his name on YouTube. And that person, because I don't know if it's he or she, but that person is doing an incredible job, almost to the point that I feel like they're going to launch that and we're going to end up playing that,
Oh, exactly, yeah. I mean, it'll get shut down,
Yeah, unfortunately, but,
while it's still up, we'll play it. We'll be like, damn.
But you know what I want to see, though, if it ends up happening? I want Game Freak to look at it and be like, all right, unfortunately, we might have to take it down because Nintendo's Nintendo. but I can understand why people are getting a little bit, hissy. And then they'll want to try to kind of fix that. And I feel like Legends is trying to do that, but at the same time, look at Sword and Shield, look at the amount of criticism that's gotten. Even though at the end of the day, people are still gonna play it because it's a new Pokemon game and it is a bit different than what we have what we had in the past. But
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
just that it's crazy. All in all, I just want Game Freak to do what Sega has been doing, where it's like just let fans take care of certain things.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like the modding community, like
Yeah,
fans, like
exactly. And
we're insane.
and
You
this
know,
and
like
this and the same has to be with Nintendo as well. Like they just need to let go of that traditionalism and also just allow us to express our love for their games.
I never thought of that, honestly. That'd be great. Like I know people like True Green 7, like they constantly like make new fake mon or whatever for like this fake region, and I'm just like, dude, let us make a region, dude. Let us make a game.
Exactly. Like there's so many passionate people that know more or less what they would want to see because it's also the nostalgia factor, the fact that yeah, we've played Diamond and Pearl, we played Black and White, we played X and Y, but what if it had like this scaling of let's use the cliche one of Breath of the Wild.
Hmm.
And I understand a lot of people would love to see that. I would love to see that too, but it just sucks that we're kind of stuck with like the mentality that Game Freak has, that I presented, where it's like, oh no, this is just for kids. We could just make money off of kids.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
It doesn't help that it's like mainstream, so they don't like have to worry about a game doing good or not, because like it'll do good no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. And that was a lot of like the comments that I saw as well. And I'm like, dude, I totally agree with you. Like, the reason I made the video was to express a third perspective to take into consideration of what's going on with Pokemon. Like, don't get mad at me here. Like,
Definitely.
don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah,
But
I think
it's
it's
just
also
insane.
annoying. Oh, sorry.
No, go continue.
I think it's also just annoying that like the people, including me, who wanted to send a message that like we don't like, the direction that Sword and Shield was going. The game still sold well, whether it be because of the controversy or because it was on the Switch, and the Switch just generally does well for games. But like it sold very well, and now we don't know if that sent a message to Game Freak or not, or if they listened at all, because that game ended up doing super well.
It's just that when it comes to games like that, I think people just look at it and it's like, oh, it's Pokemon. Because at the end of the day, you're playing Pokemon. Again, like that's the mentality that we get at the end of the day. It's like, well, I mean, it's not like Digimon, like Digimon Cyber Sleuth, where that game, that is what I
Yeah.
wish Pokemon could do. Now, like gameplay, everything,
I mean, it's what
I
Mega
would love it.
Evolutions were at the time.
Right. No, but I'm talking about the entirety of Digimon Cyber Sleuth. Like, Digimon Cyber
Oh,
Sleuth is basically adult Pokemon. And I guess that's what people want to see with Game Freak. But at the same time,
it's all
Digimon,
Pokemon.
it's just adult Pokemon. It's basically adult Pokemon. Like, if you look at the game,
Oh,
like, if you've played it, it's basically that. It's a turn-based RPG where you use Digimon to fight. And you fight and collect Digimon, and you get higher Digimon, and it has its own set of rules, but it's basically, a much more mature Digimon.
makes sense.
Yeah, I mean Pokemon, not Digimon. But a lot of people, like, I would love to see a Pokemon game like that, if I'm being honest. Like, not mainline, but spin-off, similar to kind of like a more mature stuff. I'm not saying that Game Freak has not done that before, because Pokemon Company has done that. Like, if you look at the mangas that they have, like, they have that.
Oh yeah, no, the manga's a different beast. Like they go
Exactly.
crazy on
Like,
that.
they go crazy in that. So I think that's why a lot of people also want Game Freak to do something like that. But at the same time, when you have like the majority of those people are kids, it's gonna be like, well, they're not ready. So like
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
definitely.
Like, if they want something that if here's what Game Freak should do that I think could solve the entire issue with Pokemon. And with mainline Pokemon games, continue with the mainline Pokemon games. They're gonna do the same for things like that, whatever. But and we're seeing this with Legends. But if you want something that's more, I guess, above the age of 10, Then we have Legends, we have Mystery Dungeon. Like try and focus more on that as well. But Gamefreak just focuses on mainline Pokemon and then Pokemon merch, blah blah blah, done. And it sucks, but
yeah, their main money makers.
Yeah, and that's the same with Nintendo as well, because they have shitty online, and it's just that with the OLED model as well. Now that we're segueing to the OLED model.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about deleting Diamond Pearl and all that, but we can wait a moment, I guess.
Yeah, the Switch OLED model, man. That was. We're still buying one. Like, that's also a thing.
I'm not gonna buy it. I was considering it, but I think I'm just gonna buy the dock because you can buy that separately.
Yeah, I guess. Since I don't technically have my own Switch, since we have like a family Switch at home, I am definitely buying that for my own. It's like, plus if there's like Metroid Dread bundles for it, so it's like I might as well just take my.
Oh chance. Yeah, it's released on the same day. Yeah, exactly. That's good marketing. Like, God, Nintendo is just setting up that game for success, and it's like,
dude,
wow.
That game is gonna sell well. Like, it's been a long time.
I wish they did that with more games, because like I am surprised just how hard they're riding on Dread.
Well, I think the reason why they're riding really hard on Dread is because when was the last time you saw a Metroid game?
I mean, true, yeah. And I mean, yeah, everyone clearly is hyped for it, but it's like, it's still just so surprising just how crazy they're going into it.
It really is, though. Like, it really is. And I really hope it's living up to the expectation. It better. Yeah. It better. Like, it's been, and they've said it time and time again, it's been almost two
decades.
Almost, yeah, basically a decade.
Yeah. I don't know. Just like, I feel like you don't see this sort of thing.
No, more than a decade. More than a decade. Because 2002 was when Metroid Fusion came out. So 19 years for a sequel to that. Because we don't count Zero Mission, because that's a remake to the first Metroid for the GBA. We don't count that one.
I thought it added more story stuff. I'm not the biggest Metroid fan. I'm trying to get into it.
Zero Mission does add additional like ending content, but it's still original Metroid. It's still original Metroid. Basically, I don't know. I think okay. Basically, consider Zero Mission as Resident Evil 2 remake. It's retelling the same story, but just adding more flair to it.
Okay.
That's basically what Zero Mission is. So yeah, 19 years. That's crazy. So yeah, they're definitely writing on it. And right now they're writing on Zelda with Skyward Sword, because that's tomorrow.
Well, yeah, tomorrow, really?
That's tomorrow. Yeah, the 16th.
Wow.
It's crazy. I know. We're almost done with.
I'm gonna let somebody buy that for me because I just don't agree with the price personally. But yeah, pretty cool. Excited for that to come on Switch.
Yeah, I think most likely it's gonna happen with the Switch that we currently have here. But if that doesn't happen, I'm just gonna wait, like I said, with the OLED model, and I'm just gonna like. Basically, the amount I'm gonna be spending there is gonna be like $600.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's like what, a Switch and 4 or 5 games. Yeah, more or less. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Like the way Nintendo's overall roster is at the moment is insane. It is insane. You can't see that with you haven't seen that with Xbox or PlayStation at the moment, especially with PlayStation.
I don't mean to like skip towards like, next year's roster, because I mean this like ending year's roster is pretty good, but like next year, from what we know is actually happening next year, like it could be 2017 too next year. I think that's really scary to think of. If you just think about what's coming next year, it's literally 2017 too.
It's gonna be, it's gonna be an insane, because we don't really know much about 2022 as well, aside from what we already know more or less.
Mm-hmm. And like we're just missing like a 3D Mario and a couple other stuff I can't remember off the top of my head, but like it could literally be 2017, the sequel.
I'm down for it, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be quite honest, I am down for that, because like I said, that was a good year of gaming, period.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll have to wait and see. We'll also have to wait and see if they're gonna do a fall direct. And I think that to kind of tie in with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, You know, since there's barely any news about that, barely any trailers, none of the sort. They're probably gonna showcase a little bit of that, or a Pokemon Direct solely for the Gen 4 stuff.
As well as Legends Arceus too, because we still have nothing about that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even know how that game's gonna like play. I don't even know. Like,
yeah, I like. It's hard for me to like, be like, oh yeah, no, this game's definitely gonna be different, because like, we don't know anything. I can't really, say if I'm excited for it or not.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of say you're excited for it because it is something totally different. You know,
it is, yeah, but like, I still feel like I don't know what it is, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I completely understand. I completely have the same sentiment too, because I am excited to see what Legends is gonna bring to the table, and maybe this could be the biggest game changer for Pokemon moving forward, in terms of structure, formula, all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be insane, because you see that there's budget in it too.
Mm-hmm.
And we just gotta wait. In terms of Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, what were your thoughts with the chibi art style? Like, what do you think of that?
Like, not what I expected at all. Honestly, I'm not a fan of it. And, I mean, like, I'm over it now, but I feel like they could have, like, put some outlines on it for sure. Because it definitely needed those.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw on the... Because I think you did a video on it too. There was a Switch OLED model trailer. Everybody was freaking out when they showed a little bit of Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. So I think that's probably how the game is gonna look like. I have a feeling, but this is a feeling. It doesn't mean it's facts. I have a feeling that they might upscale a little bit the chibi art style, maybe a little bit, because I feel like in some capacity they might have paid attention to all of like the negativity, and they're probably gonna be like, maybe let's try and use the Sun and Moon rendition more or less.
That would honestly be a lot better. I'd prefer that.
Yeah, I would prefer that too as well. But we'll have to wait and see that, because that's kind of how I think of. But if they're gonna do the chibi art style, well then I can't be mad per se, because I do understand that a lot of people are looking at I'm not gonna say the abbreviation because it kind of sounds like the other thing. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Yeah, you get what you might.
Yeah,
exactly. Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I understand like the chibi art style is like a bit of a turn off, because it doesn't show that there's innovation. There's no reimagining. It's just like 3D scaling of what we played back in the DS. But at the same time, I think there could be some of the additional content with Platinum, kind of like what we did with Heart Gold Soul Silver, where they added the crystal elements. So I think that's gonna happen with Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. I hope there could be customizable features, be it with the Poketech watch.
They'll definitely have the improvements from Platinum, as well as like the modern updates.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably like the PC Anywhere and all that.
And also, if they could give us an option of a wardrobe change, if we could have like the Platinum jackets.
I doubt they'd do that, considering Oraz. They didn't do it, but it could happen.
I hope they could do that. I hope, because I like that design. I loved their jackets. It was a good design for them. It made them look older too. Like, they weren't like 10-year-old kids. They actually look like 14, 15-year-olds. I'm like, oh damn.
Definitely.
So hopefully they give us a feature for that. I hope to see the additional content. Like, you remember how in order to get the DLC to speak modern terms, how like there was like the Regigigas, the Shaman, all the special events.
All the events, yeah.
Obviously, I hope to see that as well. And there's a lot of stuff that I want to see, but again, we don't really know, and I think that's why people are probably not enjoying what we have so far with Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl, is that
As it stands now, it literally looks like a 1-to-1 remake, and I feel like it is, considering that you're just refusing to show anything aside from the OLED, 4-second clip we got.
yeah, exactly. And I understand that, but for me it's like, well, there's Link's Awakening, so you can't really be that mad for a game that has chibi art style, because you're
I
still
feel like that game did it better,
yeah.
at least from what we've seen, because again, the game's not out yet, but like, I feel like that game did it a lot better.
Yeah, that
So
game.
it looks
Yeah,
damn good.
Link's Awakening. Yeah, it did a really good job, and I think they were using a similar engine with the Breath of the Wild engine, because there were certain features that look like, oh, this looks like it was some sort of Breath of the Wild project using some sort of elements to it. But yeah, Link's Awakening did a really good job with chibi art style, but what I'm trying to say is that, you can't really judge a game too harshly because of an art style. You can judge it, but don't make it as the prime like criticism. It is a critical point to take into consideration, but you also have to consider what else could they add, and we don't know that.
I feel like it could have done a lot better if its whole goal was to like replicate the top-down style from the old games. I feel like it could have done that a lot better, be executed a lot better. But at least as of now, that's not really my main concern. It's just, worrying that it's literally just a 1-to-1 remake and they're not showing anything because they don't have anything to show because it's literally a 1-to-1 remake. I'm hoping not, but like right now it's not looking so good.
Yeah, no, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. All in all, like, I don't have complete trust, but I have some level of faith that they'll probably do something unique. But it's just that.
At least for me, I just think Legend Arceus is where it's at. I mean, I'm still worried about the 5 FPS jingling, but
yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, I think like, here's how I think this is what's happening with Gamefreak at the moment. I think they're using all of their main staff for Legends, and they gave the people in charge of Pokemon Home with Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, which isn't a bad thing, but if that company had a little bit more of their credentials. However, I do remember that they were involved in other projects such as Nier Automata.
They were?
Some capacity, yeah.
It's got to be a small amount, because I can't imagine. I mean, not to like trash on them or anything, but like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I think of a few other games as well. I'm not 100% sure. It's been a long time since February, man. I don't.
Yeah.
Because
again, they're not showing anything. it's making you and I just like confused, like what it is and what's it gonna be.
Exactly, but for now we just
wait.
We just wait and see. I will say though that Smash and all that stuff is really keeping us busy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I just gotta ask this important question. What was your experience? How was your experience with the Kazuya CPU level 9?
I actually haven't fought him yet. I've only seen videos, and I'm just like a little scared. But like, I don't think he's that bad. Like, I mean, you could just Kirby, suck and cuck him,
Oh no, dude, you are not ready for it. You're not ready.
But like, I might just be talking trash, but like, I think like legitimately, it's not that bad.
No, dude, you clearly haven't played Tekken.
I haven't. No, I haven't.
Yeah, you haven't played Tekken because, Kazuya in Smash is a dumber down version of Kazuya in Tekken. Funny enough.
Is he like a high tier or something in the game?
No, he's just very, very hard to use. And if you know how to use him, you're fucked. That's basically what a Mishima is.
That's like Ryu, Ken, and everyone else too, though.
Yeah. But with Tekken, it's like, Tekken is very technical. Every character has their own technicalities to them. Like, you can't just easily like do simple combos. No. Like, if most of the time you're gonna end up like using 2, 3 of the same combos over and over because it's all technical, it's all hitbox related. There's like Tekken is very hard to get into by a lot of people because there's a lot to take into consideration. You know, it's not just your average fighting game. There's a lot of technical stuff and things like that. And in Kazuya's case, since he's a Mishima, not a Shoto, very different thing.
I don't know why the Shoto term. Like, I even looked it up. I'm like, dude, he's not even a Shoto.
Exactly.
And why is that term being thrown around just because Kazuya got in Smash?
Because he's a fighting game character. Remember, you gotta think. You gotta think like a Smash.
Yeah.
Player.
I feel like recently, just like Smash players are just like generalizing characters now that they don't like, and just be like, "Oh, he's a Shoto. Oh, he's an RPG character." And I hate Smash fans, dude. I just hate the Smash community so much.
Yeah.
No offense to some of you who are actually like genuinely awesome people, but like, yeah.
We don't speak malice without a fair reason. It's just that.
It's mostly like Twitter Smash, I guess. I should be being more specific.
Yeah, it's mostly just Twitter Smash. Although sometimes on YouTube there are people that.
Oh yeah, those rare videos. They're just like, I am disappointed in this fighter. It's a cash grab. I didn't even know who he was before Smash. Get him out of my game. This is my game.
Look, I've said this in the video of Stop Complaining About Smash. If you bought the fighter pass from the very beginning,
you committed. Yeah.
Those $20 is a huge gamble. You basically went into a casino in Las Vegas and then just decided to play the slots and hope for your shot.
Exactly.
And for many of us, we ended up getting our shots. I got my chances with Kazuya. Some got their chances with Pyra and Mithra. Some got their chances with Min Min.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like we are done. We've had, like, look, Joker and Smash. Joker, the first person to start this. You know, everybody already is like, oh yeah, I don't give a shit now, whatever.
That should have been your first warning.
You know, like, that's the thing. Joker was the first one to start this madness.
Yeah.
Now we just gotta wait who's gonna end it.
I'm hoping it's like Taboo, and it's not because I want him personally, but I just don't want to see the Smash Twitter mad at Sakurai's last, hurrah at this game, like.
No, they're still gonna get mad. Trust me.
Oh yeah, no, of course.
They're still gonna get mad.
I don't know. I just feel bad for the man. I just want him to, like, everyone to be happy, and like, it's like I know no one is, and I'm just like, Taboo is like the best option and the best way to end it, and like, yeah, all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm placing my bets with Astral Chain. I feel like I feel, if I'm being really honest, and I think I have to really look at Smash 4's DLC. I think we're gonna end it with something like Platinum Games. Much like how Smash 4 ended with Bayonetta, I feel like this fighter pass it might do the same thing, because
I don't know anybody saying Astral Chain, so that's definitely interesting to think about.
Because if we analyze real quick, sure.
Wait, didn't they get a Spirit event though recently? I mean, Spirits don't deconfirm, but I mean, if it's like an event, then
I don't remember it having an event. I think they were just like, oh, we got some spirits for you. Go at it, have fun. Like, just.
I don't know. I like just now remembered as you were talking about it. So
yeah, I don't think they have. Like, I don't know. I don't think so. But I think that Astral Chain could be the final one. I don't care if people get mad about it, because that's it. That's it. No more fighter pass. That's it. If you don't want that character, don't buy it. If you already committed, well then you committed.
Yeah, you got a complete roster at least. I think that's just like content. Even though I want to make content on these guys, like I still want my complete roster. I still want to like bring my Switch to my friend's house, and have them be like, "Wow, you got every fighter! Wow, we have so many options to choose from."
Exactly. There's already a lot of fighters. There's already a lot of characters at this point. Like, just because yours didn't get in, just don't get mad. Plus, look, there's also me costumes. If Astral Chain doesn't get a full-fledged rep, then I hope it gets a me costume. That's the mentality I have as well. If I don't get it as a fighter, well then I really hope it becomes a me costume, because I still want representation. But no, not a lot of people think that as well. They think that a me costume is the lowest of the low, and that's it. I'm like, meanwhile,
I just find it funny that a lot of people were, saying, how like the recent me costumes were just like a hit to the gut and whatever, and I'm just like, dude, we had like one fighter left. Do you guys think that like all these fighters like had a chance for like the last slot? I mean, not to like dismiss everybody, who like, genuinely wanted those characters, but it's just like there was one more slot left. Like,
no, dude, like. I even felt that gut punch for a second. I'm like, oh damn, I feel bad for all those that wanted it.
I saw that and I was just like, oh yeah, someone's getting mad right now.
Yeah, no, like, but for people like Sans, who else, Cuphead, like that is
the best way
of,
for them.
That is a badge of honor for them. Or Shovel Knight as an assist trophy. Many people complain about, oh, Shovel Knight should have had a little bit more. Meanwhile, the people that are involved with Shovel Knight, they're like, damn.
They're happy.
They're happy, but people don't see that. I feel like
people behind like Dante or whatever, I think they were happy too.
Yeah.
Or someone else, I don't remember.
Because there's still representation at the end of the day. When Sakurai says everyone is here, he really means everyone is here. Whether it's a fighter or me costume. And
they could still come in next game anyways, so.
If there's a next game. I don't think there's going to be a next game. Because you have to remember, Smash Ultimate was Iwata's final promise to Sakurai. So I really doubt... Because Sakurai was originally going to finish with Smash 4. I think Smash 4 was just going to be the last Smash game for a really long time. But I
agree. I personally kind of want the series to end on Ultimate, but like, knowing Nintendo, no. You can't end Smash.
Yeah, that's also the sad part about it. Like you can't really
like next console guarantee we're getting a Smash. It may not be for a while, but we're getting another Smash.
Look, if we do end up getting another Smash, then I at least 5 more years. Just wait 5 more years.
Exactly.
Not just 2, because Smash 4 ended in 16 with Bayonetta as the final DLC, and then 2 years later we got Smash Ultimate. So if we really want another Smash game, let's just wait it out. Do what they did with Brawl, 2008 to 2014. That's 6 years. You could wait at least that.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just that the future of Nintendo is just interesting because they don't have Iwata. Iwata was the driving force. If we look back at how they were dealing things from the GameCube era up until the Wii U era and after Iwata's, passing. Because Iwata drove Nintendo. He was like, no, let's do something completely different. Let's have fun with it. And let's, Iwata is the reason, I think, is why Nintendo isn't competing against other consoles and they're just doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Because Iwata was like the type of person that just wanted people to play games and have fun. And while that mentality is
not fun, why bother?
Right, and even though that mentality has stayed strong with Nintendo, it's not the same without Iwata.
Oh yeah.
It's not. That man poured his heart and soul into the things that he did for Nintendo. And the same thing with Reggie too. You don't see that with the current people. You don't see that with Doug Bowser. As much as we barely see the dude. That's the thing.
Yeah.
The amount of memes we have with Reggie compared to Doug, and I understand that Doug Bowser has been
I want to blame part of that due to COVID, but also seriously,
yeah, exactly.
I feel like I mean he's probably doing a good job, behind the scenes, but
sure.
it's just
sure
we should probably see more of him because that's what made Reggie great.
Yeah, you don't understand. Reggie was Reggie was our Iwata. The amount of times those two were together. When you saw those two together in anything, when they first started Direct, when they were at E3, the moment those two were together, either as Muppets or them doing that, fighting segment, you knew that you were gonna have the time of your life. You knew, you knew that these people, you know, despite the fact that, you know, Nintendo is not competing against PlayStation 4 and graphics and things like that, you knew that these people still wanted to have fun. And I think that's the problem that we have with Nintendo now. And you also have to consider that the Nintendo Switch was also Iwata's baby. He wanted to see that happen, and he wanted to see that to its fullest potential. And I think when he died, they just couldn't. I guess they wanted to live up to that promise, but I guess they just couldn't in the end, and they're just like, well, fuck.
I feel like they did, but it's like they did it in their way, even though it's corporate way technically. But like, they still went through with it, just with like, missing that other component, I guess.
Look, corporate business is corporate business. You can't change that. What they do behind the scenes, it's always going to be. It is what it is. It always was like that, even with Iwata. The only difference with Iwata is that he made it public, so to speak. In a way, you understood what Nintendo was trying to do. Now, with the Switch and all that stuff, you don't really have an idea what they really want to do because it all feels backwards. So that's why people are questioning things. Like, wait a second. You had Virtual Console on the Wii U. Why don't we have Why don't we have an even better version of Virtual Console on the Switch? Why do we have the NES and the SNES online? That doesn't make sense. Nintendo, what are you doing? Like, and also, like, you know, where's the ingenuity with it? Yeah, it's a hybrid Switch, but if there are customizable features? Well, there's the Joy-Cons. Yeah, but
what about Joy-Cons? You gotta pay $60 for, but you know.
Yeah, and you know, everything just feels backwards with Nintendo now, and that's the reason why people have this bad feeling with it, this mixed feeling, more specifically.
Yeah. My friend actually brought it up to me. He's actually a YouTuber friend I know, but he basically said how if Nintendo isn't trying or like isn't failing, they won't try or whatever. And you could see this clearly with like the Wii U and how there's like a virtual console and how like, you know, a lot of the games on the console were like really good. I'm not saying the new Switch games are bad or anything, but like, yeah, as soon as you brought that to my attention, I started realizing that like, yeah, wow, Nintendo really did try at the Wii U because they were genuinely failing.
Yeah, they tried, and that's also another problem. The Wii and the Wii U they had good sales, you know, because Nintendo, you gotta have at least a Nintendo console at home, right? You know.
Oh yeah.
So obviously, you know, they were gonna make money off of it and things like that. But what made the Wii unique was because it added something new. It added a value to it that you just couldn't get with the consoles of that generation. For example, the Wii, the fact that it was a Wii remote and everything was channel related.
Yeah.
That was impressive. I
hate the Wii remote when like trying to replay games, but aside from that, yeah.
You know, nowadays, yeah, because like a Joy-Con has gyro and all that kind of stuff. Like, obviously now if we have to set up the sync bar, all that kind of stuff, and it's like,
yeah, goodness.
But back then, with the technology of that time, oh dude, that was innovation. That was incredible, and people bought that. People enjoyed that. Wii U was the prototype to the Switch, where it's like you can still play a game on the go, but it has to be at home. You know,
it has to be within your Wii U.
Right, but at the same time, there was.
But you can't go to the toilet.
Yeah, well, true. No, I think you could have, because I think it was just at home. Oh, it was just at home.
Yeah.
I don't know, but point is, like, there was love and there was love and passion poured into it, and I'm not saying that it wasn't the case with the Switch, but it just there's. With an era that is based around updates and things like that, you know, at least make the Switch more customizable. You know, I would love to see themes on the Nintendo Switch. Who doesn't want to see themes? You know,
I still missed opportunity. They haven't done it right now.
they got to do it. They have to do it. You know, we legit have to call them out and then like, listen.
I hope that we at least
want
see
it.
it by like when the OLED releases, because I feel like that's a perfect time to do it.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope the OLED gives us new stuff other than what
Like
they
same with,
already.
like the yeah,
You know.
it's like the same with like the Smash Brothers alts and stuff like that. Like, come on, man, Nintendo, just do all this. You know we'll buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, we'll buy it. Exactly. Exactly. But I just want, like, and I said this in a previous podcast where it's like Nintendo doesn't necessarily have to be innovative because they know what they're doing. But at the same time,
Could be more.
it would be very beneficial.
Oh yeah.
It would be very beneficial. And I think it just all ties into the idea that they just don't want to compete. They just want to let people play games and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But they gotta step up their game with that.
Mm-hmm.
They really do.
100% agree.
Yeah. I will say though that I don't know how to put it, but another thing also is that with Nintendo as well right now, and the reason why they're doing massively well is, well, the PS5 and the Xbox just don't exist at the moment.
Yeah. I still have yet
that's
to see
also a
one
thing.
of those in stores. I mean,
I-
minus a display case, but I'm not going to count that.
I honestly forgot a PS5 existed. So I forget sometimes. I'm like, PS5.
I've made that joke with everyone. I'm just like, dude, it does not exist until I see it in person.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the same with the Xbox, and it's like, well, that's a PS5. Damn.
Damn, never seen one. What?
No, I've said this also in a previous podcast, but they should have delayed it, especially with COVID.
Why did you release that on the COVID year? Yeah, and clearly, like, they're still not even like uploading exclusives to the console anyway. So, like,
Exactly.
why'd you even release it?
They should have. They should have delayed it. They should have.
It's like at this point, it's just like you can tell, just like corporate wanting to do this stuff because like it feels like they have to, and not like thinking about like the bigger picture. And like, yeah, you think people are gonna be able to actually get the thing?
Yeah, because here's another reason why it's been almost all Nintendo stuff for the past year and a half. When was the last time we heard news of PlayStation stuff other than, oh, they bought Evo, other than, oh, we had a state of play? Or like, here's the thing, nobody knew about a state of play.
Yeah, I forgot
2
about
weeks
it. I
ago?
just knew because it was in my feed, and I was like, oh, I'll watch it. And then I watched it, and spoiler alert for people who didn't watch it, it was boring. It was terrible.
Yeah, because they don't know how to present, and that's what Nintendo knows how to do, because they started that 2012 first Direct.
Yeah. There was
So,
like two things in there I cared about, and even then, like, I know a lot of people don't care about those two things that I was interested in. So just in general, it was terrible.
look, I will definitely buy a PS5 when it happens, when they restock. Who knows when?
At the end of the day, it's not worth it, and for the amount you have to pay to even get your hands on it, like,
No. Like,
yeah.
the reason why I'm saying this is because I just want to see Final Fantasy 16.
Oh,
Final Fantasy 16. But just, not even, because that's going to be for the PC as well. So no, I'm going to have like my own PC setup, things like that. No, screw it. No, why do I need a PS5 now if literally the majority of their games I could still get on Steam? I can get it also for the Switch. Like, I just need a PC and a Switch. I don't think I even need to bother wasting $500 on PS5.
yeah.
Because, like you said, there's barely anything for it.
And like games like Persona is like the only thing that's like, the only thing that actually got me to get a PS4. And like even then, like Alice has been trying to get that game on Steam But since PlayStation doesn't really have any exclusives, they want to keep that game on the PlayStation to get people to buy it. I mean, it worked with me, so.
It's just that. Sorry for the yawn there, but it's just that.
I'm making me yawn now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's. But damn, what was I gonna say? Fuck. I lost my train of thought. Look what you made me do. Oh, okay. It's just that with a lack of exclusives, and okay, the only reason you would get a PS5 also is backwards compatibility. But even then, like really,
Even then,
like there's no point. And Sony's falling behind of that. Xbox is falling. No, I gotta give some credit to Xbox because in their E3 a month ago,
honestly, like Nintendo didn't come in best E3.
Yeah, like to Nintendo, it's like, well, we'll just do a summer direct. Oh, it just happens to be on E3. Oh well.
Yeah.
That was basically them. But it's just crazy. The year of gaming. This year has been Nintendo's dub. Last year was Nintendo's dub. Next year, hopefully, we finally get to see some good competition from all of the hard. Finally, we get to see.
Yeah, by next year, like everyone's out of COVID, nobody should have an excuse at this point, and
yeah. I think by like summer of next year, everything is fully normal. Well, I mean, things are normal now. With how fast things are going.
It's just like people are still recovering and all that.
Yeah, exactly. So, by that point, everything will be fully back to normal.
I will admit, while this wasn't the best E3, it's still nice to have E3. I know a lot of my friends were just like, oh man, it wasted so much time. I don't care. I still enjoyed watching presentations and laughing at some of them. Like, I honestly don't care. I just love the feeling of it, even if it's terrible.
Oh, I had the same feeling because I did a video also on that. I also did a video about E3 where I'm like, dude, even though
really? I did not see that.
Yeah, it's right there. It's there. But all I did was just like,
I'll go find it after this.
Yeah, all I did was just tell people, look, get hyped for E3, even though it may be trash, even though it may be the worst experience ever, which in hindsight it was. Square Enix, Xbox.
It's still Christmas, like Christmas for gamers.
Yeah, exactly. So go enjoy it, go have fun, go have all those shits and giggles, because it's gonna be worth it at the end. And it was, in a way, it was. It was.
Yeah.
But
you always have Nintendo to end it, so.
Yeah, they.
It's like you get a bunch of at least as a kid. I mean, nowadays I like getting clothes for Christmas, but like as a kid, you're like, oh, I don't want all these clothes. Oh my god, give me something cool. But then you save the last present for last, and it happens to be the best one ever.
Yeah, man, I never grew up on Christmas. I grew up on Hanukkah, so I had 8 days.
Oh yeah, because I
had 8 days of presents. Not even then. I didn't even have presents in Hanukkah. All I did was just had 8 days of parties and food and donuts and.
Honestly, sounds just as
potato
good.
Pancakes. Yeah. Oh no, dude, it's the best. It is the best. When Hanukkah hits, it's the best feeling ever. But we'll have to talk about that another time because it is now, unfortunately, the end of the podcast. We've reached the hour and something minutes of it.
Darn. Yeah. Well, it was fun.
It was fun, dude. It was really fun, and you're always welcome to come back. Which
course,
also,
yeah.
But if you managed, and I will clip this. Remind me to clip this specifically for Twitter and all that kind of stuff because this is a shield moment. I have where is the official Cafe Gracia mug?
Oh yeah,
on
I saw that today. Yeah.
Well, today, but of this recording, but on Sunday, people are gonna be today.
Definitely get it. It's really good. I haven't got it yet because I'm broke, but I'll definitely pick it up.
Get it. It is going to still be there. It is $10. It is going, and I am going to invest more stuff. There's going to be new listings. Probably every 2 months. I'm planning on that, but whatever. That's for future me to decide. Point is, go get your coffee mug today. And if you do end up getting one, send a picture and in whatever on Instagram, Twitter, and put hashtag Cafe Gracia because it would mean the world to me. But other than that, You got any final words to say, Cyanize? Anything? By all means, go ahead, promote your stuff, all that stuff. Go ahead.
Buy his mug, you'll look like a professional. Yeah. So again, I made a Nier video recently. If you guys want to check that out, yeah, it's my first time playing Nier, so you can laugh at me at how stupid I am and admiring 2B's butt. All right. But like, yeah, you know, be sure to subscribe and all that. I make a lot of videos weekly and
Yeah,
work really hard.
And the link to his stuff will be down below. There'll probably be a card for that as well. So, basically speaking, I got you on that front.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can count on me. But, you know, I like to end this stuff as well. Keep being awesome. Keep spreading love and kindness to the world. I know you guys can, and I know we can as well.
Woo!
Exactly. Make sure to improve yourselves each and every day as well. Even if it's by a small amount, that amount can go a long way. And just know that I love you guys forever and always to 120. And I hope to see you all in that next fantastic, marvelous, spectacular, amazing, and sexy video.
See you guys.